Welcome back to Live in the Huddle podcast. It's your boy, it's the host, Big I. You see it right there. Yes, sir, we are back. First week of NFL football in the book. Hey, we finna go ahead and do the recap. But before we hit the recap right here, boom, tap in with my boy Ray's podcast. And my boy Ray got a whole lot of motion going on over there. Slide over to his channel. Subscribe, like, comment on everything. You feel me? Hey, share everything over there. Hey, March, we got something big. We got something big in March. We've been planning, we've been plotting, we've been sticking, we've been moving. We really finna have it grooving over there in March. Hey, might be in a city near you. Tap in with my boy Ray. All basketball talk. He talk bets, fantasy, anything sports related. He got it going on. Tap in with my boy Ray. Hey, before we really, jump into what we were gonna jump into, which is an amazing first week of NFL football, you feel me? Amazing week of NFL football. We got to talk about them Steelers, baby. Got to talk about that black and yellow. Hey, now I was a little skeptic. About how this season could look, because the only thing that has really been slowing us down in our tracks are really our Achilles heels is a quarterback. Now, we went and got Aaron Rodgers. I was skeptic. I was, because he's already announced, one, this is his last year playing football. Two, what Aaron Rodgers are we going to get? Are we going to get MVP caliber, or will we get what we've seen in New York? Speaking of New York, before I jump in about my Steelers, because we want to know, baby, you feel me? Steelers want to know. Florida State 2-0, about to be 3-0. It's a whole lot of motion going on over here when you rocking with Big Eye, baby. But New York Jets, Justin Fields looked amazing, which is why I wanted him to stay with the Steelers, but he went and got the money. He went and became a starting quarterback on his own team. That's his franchise now. Kudos to you. Played a hell of a game. Balled out. Balled the fuck out. Okay? With that, the New York Jets, new head coach, new quarterback, along with both of those things come a new identity. And that identity for the New York Jets, I'm going to punch you in the mouth. It's smash nose. It's real football. Get your 11. I got my 11. Beat me if you can. I loved it. The offensive line, I see why they put so much money into that offensive line, and that offensive line looked very dominant. Very dominant against a defensive line that has always been dominant. And if we're not always dominant, we have always been very, very good, right? Bare minimum, we can say that Steelers defensive line is elite. That's elite talent across the board, right? The offensive line looked amazing. They took pride. They took pride in Justin Fields coming out with a clean jersey. They took pride in getting and securing the first level, getting up to the second level, which is the linebacker. So Breece Hall, let's just skip to it. Breece Hall running like he done stole something. Breece Hall running like this. He running like Ezel when he stole something, baby. I couldn't even be mad. We literally had a chance to see the New York Jets do a 180, completely turned everything around. I loved everything about it. Defense looked good. Looked like they wanted to hit. Now, let's go over to my Steelers, because even though we got the dub, we can always improve on things. One, we are good at left guard, but I'll just chalk it up to first week in the league. Well, not even in the league, first week of the season. We have got to do better at left guard. It was just too inconsistent. Now, we was able to finally, in the latter part of the game, really unite and be a force. I love that. And Aaron Rodgers looked amazing. Dot after dot after dot. Tug after tug after tug. I'm talking about blur on blur on blur. Looked amazing. Very efficient. I know going into the season, us as Steelers fans, because A-Rod said it, the playbook, it looks like he has it down pat. It looks like he's not skipping a beat. That boy over there, he right now, that boy Metro Boomin, he making the beat. Everybody got to dance to the sound to the beat of his drum. You feel me? When we look at the receivers, right, we went and got DK Metcalf. Went and got DK. The literal only complaint, right, that I have with DK Metcalf, right, trying to catch everything with his body. You got those big ass bear paws, DK. Humongous fucking hands. Long arms. Extend your arms away from your body and snag the ball out the air, my guy. Because he had the targets and he dropped the ball. Now, I will say this, because DK Metcalf is a fucking competitor. He dropped the pass, came back and caught a big pass. That was just the thing all night. If we could just get more consistent at catching the ball, just as far as DK, because everything looked like he tried to catch with his body, right? I don't know if I'm the only one that's seen that or noticed that, but everything he tried to catch with his body. Calvin Austin, keep playing like that, but we got to pay you after this year, baby. And guess what? We gonna pay. We're gonna pay. Now, back to defense. We know that we can rush the passer, right? Across the board, we can rush the passer. We have to do better at reestablishing that line of scrimmage a yard or 2 yards into the backfield, right? So if the line of scrimmage is here, we need to push that back there, because line of scrimmage here, their offensive line was doing this, reestablishing the line of scrimmage this way. Breece Hall is just running through any gap that he sees. Big runs here, big runs there. Their receivers did good. I think it just came to the point where we locked in. We just fully locked in on offense, defense, and special teams, and we went and made the plays that we were supposed to make. And of course, we came away with the dub. At the end of the day, Mike Tomlin is going to find a way to win the football game. At the end of the day, the Pittsburgh Steelers are going to find a way to win a football game. Now, I'll talk about it at the end, because we're going to have to revisit my Super Bowl picks. I will talk about it at the end. Moving right along. Daniel Jones. I believe they call him Danny Dimes. Never liked that nickname, because I never believed that he was a Danny Dimes. But I got to undo those air quotes, because in Indianapolis, he is Danny Dimes. Yo. He went 22 for 29. Sounds very efficient to me. 272 yards in the air and a tug. I think Indy got them one. Now, as great as, and it sounds even weird saying, as great as Daniel Jones played, Miami Dolphins shit the bed. It's no other way to put that. I had the Dolphins winning this game. I don't even need to look at my notes for this. Tua is a very good quarterback. Can dot the ball, drop it in the bread basket. My only problem with Tua, I feel like he takes a lot of unnecessary hits, because he is concussion prone at this point. All right, he is concussion prone. It scares me. I hold my breath every time he takes a hit, because we never know. It was one pass in particular. Tyreek is starting to come across the middle of the field. Tyreek ain't nothing but like 5'9", 5'10". He just overshot him by a country mile. A country mile, bro. It just, Tua didn't look scared, because I believe he's never scared, but it definitely looked like his cage was rattled, right? Overall, it was just shitty. The Dolphins, it was just shitty, bro. Yeah. They take the cake. Well, no, they don't even take the cake for worst performance. That was just very shitty. I do believe that if they don't turn it around, if they do not continue to have a good year this year, Coach McDaniel will be gone. You heard it here first. Big Honest reporting it. Coach McDaniel will be gone. Mark my words. Also, P.S. on that note, even though Tua is a good quarterback, what they're going to do if this season doesn't shape out to how they want it, usually they get rid of the head coach and then they get rid of the quarterback, right? Usually. But we have seen this offseason, people aren't doing things the traditional way. You got some quarterbacks coming out in the draft this year, this upcoming draft. I wouldn't be surprised if they pulled the Atlanta Falcons moved and, they still got Tua and go draft a quarterback. Bring that quarterback up under Tua, then let that rookie quarterback, let him spread his wings and just soar. I would not be surprised. Either they're going to get rid of Coach Mike McDaniel and bring in another coach. And traditionally that's how they do, and then they get rid of the quarterback. But they might draft a quarterback. They might draft a quarterback so he can take over the team. But moving right along. Mama, that man back. Mama, that man outside, and that man is Jayden Daniels. Now, sophomore slump is a real thing in sports, but Jayden Daniels continued to be Jayden Daniels. It looked like no drop-off whatsoever. Now, my biggest question mark with the Commanders going into this season was Terry McLaurin and Debo, them meshing, right? Of course, Debo had more targets. Debo definitely had more targets. Terry also had targets, but not like Debo. They both had catches. They got the dub. Offense looked very good. Very, very good. That is a team that we're going to have to keep an eye on. Definitely got to keep our eye on the Washington Commanders. Now, with that being said, I had higher hopes for the New York Giants. You didn't only go get one, but you went and got two quarterbacks. Two household names at quarterback, right? You got your running back. You got your weapons at receiver, but as we've seen, Malik Neighbors is frustrated. He wants the ball, rightfully so. But I think him being a young receiver, the league is on notice, which means, we're doubling you, buddy. You're finna get the Justin Jefferson treatment. You're finna get the Jay Jettis treatment, Jamar Chase treatment. We're doubling you. Anytime we can double and bracket you, we're going to do it. You just got to find another way to get open, Malik. I'm sorry, bro, but they're going to double you. Now, the Giants also invested a lot into their defenses, in particular that defensive line, who I thought on paper is the best defensive line in the NFL. Let me tell you something. On paper don't mean shit. On paper, I thought the Giants was going to be so much better, but they shitted the bed as well. I had higher hopes for the Giants, bro. Like, higher hopes. Moving right along. Oh, PSA for the Giants. If they don't turn it around, bye-bye to that head coach. Brian DeBall, bye-bye. You can go click on Indeed, LinkedIn. Maybe you'll get a coordinator position or assistant coach position somewhere in the league. Maybe positional, but head coach, no. Better turn it around, or you might have to come get your CDL like me, my boy. For real. Moving right along. Now, the biggest thing that was going on all season was Michael Parsons. Michael Parsons finally ended up getting traded to the Green Bay Packers, and in his debut, I think he made a lot of Cowboy fans sick because he picked up exactly where he left off. Dominating. Completely dominating. But be on the lookout for the Packers. They have the defense. They have people at every level on their defense. They have an offense. And they got a head coach. Say what you want about Matt, got put his in as a blooper. Matt LaFleur. Say what you want about Matt LaFleur. He can coach. Oh, but what about Dallas? Well, we know even though if you're the head coach in Dallas, you still got to follow the orders and direction of Jerry Jones, who really wants to be the head coach. He just don't know how to head coach. But we know he'd be up there in the press box with his binoculars looking down. Hey, no, I don't like that play. Call this play. We know that. We watch what coach do in Green Bay. Keep your eye out for the Green Bay Packers. Now, going into this season, I really had the Lions going to the Super Bowl. Even with the departure of their defensive coordinator and their offensive coordinator, because they still have Coach Campbell. Now, with that being said, fuck that shit. I don't have them boys going to the Super Bowl no more. No. I don't. I don't have them boys going to the Super Bowl no more. I had extreme fucking high hopes for the Lions. Just to come out and just completely belt to ass all season. But instead, they took the belt to the ass. And, of course, they're going to win games. Do I think they look like how they looked last year? No, I do not. Do I think they're going to look better than what they looked last year? No, I do not. I had such high hopes. I would love to believe it was just first week jitters. I would love to be optimistic, so I would give them until week 3. By week 3, I will lock in my definite Super Bowl picks. But before I do that, moving right along, did y'all catch that Bills-Ravens game? Josh Allen showed why he is MVP. Now, if we was just going to select MVPs off of week 1 performance, Josh Allen. Josh Allen. We finna do a full diagnostics of this, right? Check me out. Ravens came out running the fucking air. Running the fucking air out of the football with Derrick Henry. Over 100 fucking rushing yards in the first half alone. Was up, controlling the game. At least looking at it in real time, you would think it was controlling the game, but you look at the end of the game, Bills had the ball longer. They had more time on possession, right? I really thought, looking at it, the Ravens were going to run their way to a victory. Just keep running the ball, right? Eat the clock up. I think Coach Harbaugh got baited into a shootout when he could have easily won the game with like 21 points. Easily. Just keep running the ball. I never understood why, if you're so successful at something, why would you switch it? Why did you take Derrick Henry out and put Hill in? Why did you do that? Wow, you took your fucking workhorse out. I don't fucking get it. The Bills played fucking phenomenal. Never panicked. Continued to ball out throughout the whole fucking game. They had plenty of opportunities. They took advantage of those fucking opportunities. Made the plays they were supposed to make. Did their fucking job. And guess what? At the end of the day, Josh Allen said, this is why I'm the fucking MVP. 394 passing yards, I believe. 394 fucking passing yards. Week 1. Imagine what he's going to do the rest of the week. Now, that is my recap of this first week. Now, if we're talking about Super Bowls, right? Who I got, I still like the Eagles. Still like the Eagles in the NFC. And who else do I like? This might be a little bit surprising. I can see the Bucks making a run. But right now, I'm going to lock in on the Eagles. For the AFC, I never seen anybody on the Chiefs hold Chris Jones publicly accountable, right? We've seen that, and that's something that I do like. I do like the Chiefs. Call me biased, call me optimistic. Give me Pittsburgh. This Super Bowl will be the Battle of Pennsylvania. Give me until week 3 to fully lock in. But I like Philly and I like Pittsburgh. And if we line up, I like for us to put belt to ass. Hey man, this your boy Big Eye, Mr. 2Gs. This is Live in the Huddle podcast. Hey, I got something to say. Peace.